bear with us. This is on.
Okay.
Hello. Biju sir audible ano sir?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, please.
Audible ആണ്.
Sir, you can mute.
നന്നായിട്ട് നോയ്സ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. Please mute.
Biju sir audible ano? Hello Biju sir.
ഒന്നും കേൾക്കുന്നില്ല. ശരിയാക്കാം.
Hello Biju sir audible ano?
ബിജിന മാമിനെ വിളിക്കേ.
ബിജിന മാം കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. ആണോ?
ബിജിന മാമിനെ ഒന്ന് വിളിക്കേ. വിളിക്കാം, അതിൽ തന്നെ ചോദിച്ചാൽ മതി.
ഹലോ. സൂമിൽ തന്നെ ചോദിച്ചാൽ മതി.
ബിജുന മാം കേൾക്കാമോ? ഹലോ ബിജുന മാം. ഹലോ ബിജുന മാം കേൾക്കാവോ?
Yes, something is audible from that side.
ഹലോ മാം കേൾക്കാവോ? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So can you please mute all the online speakers?
All the speakers are requested to mute your mic. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's get started. There's an echo.
All the speakers are requested to mute your mic.
Also, check your laptops are muted. Okay. Yeah, now it's okay. Thank you. So thanks for the fixing the glitch, and we are back. So distinguished members of IEEE, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be wishing you on this 2023 IEEE Day, which is an occasion for us IEEE members to come together, express ourselves as to the value that IEEE brings into our lives, and generally talk about our experiences in IEEE. It would be remiss of me if I don't mention some of our founding office bearers, including Dr. K.P.P. Nambiar, in whose memory we have instituted an award, Dr. D.S. Rane, and the senior-most life senior member, Professor K.P.P. Pillai, who's been a member for the last 60 years. These are our kind of leaders of the past who have helped set up IEEE, who have helped grow IEEE into what it is today, Kerala Section. And we are aware that we are one of the largest sections in the world today, and it is due to the unstinting work, the efforts put in by all these leaders and all the. If you look at go to the office and look at the Hall of Fame board, you'll see all the leaders listed there. All of them have contributed to IEEE. All the members have contributed as well. This is a great occasion for us. It's an occasion to remember. It's an occasion to express our memories and to come together once a year. And so, on this occasion, once again I welcome all of you. In particular, we have here Professor Qasim, who is the section chair, and also the president of this function. I'd like to welcome you, sir, Professor Qasim.
Thank you.
We have the senior-most past chair of Kerala section, Dr. Gompati Muralidharan, who is also going to do the chief guest for us today and also going to do the cake cutting ceremony. Madam, I'd like to welcome you on behalf of all of us. Dr. Devabrata Das, Chair, India Council, he'll be joining us online. He's online already. Okay. So I'd like to welcome you, sir, Dr. Das, to this Kerala Section's IEEE Day celebrations. We have our own Professor VKD, who's one of our leading lights, and today he's going to present a keynote. So I'd like to welcome you, sir, on behalf of all of us present here. We have our colleague, Dr. Ajit Gopi, who's going to deliver the vote of thanks. He's the chapter chair of PES. I'd like to welcome you, Dr. Gopi. I'd also like to welcome all the members present here and online, All the student members also present here and online, and we have also John here. I'd welcome John also. I think we're going to have a great evening today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sadish Babu. Now the presidential address and yeah. Yeah, good evening on all. And respected my dear teacher, Dr. Gomadi, my own teacher at TKM, sorry, this is College of Engineering, Trivandrum. I did my PG during 79-81 and teacher was there and Murali sir was there. They taught me and a lot of other teachers also taught me at CET, and after that I joined TKMCE. And Professor V.K. Damodaran sir, Sadish Babu sir, Ajit Gobi, then Suhair sir, and the leading Ravindranathan sir and leading senior life senior members, Gopalan sir is here, and so many life senior members and senior members, most of them are senior members, and online also most of our IEEE members joined, and yeah, Dr. Debabrata Das, IEEE India Council Chair. So I really thank all of you who have joined this meeting physically and online. And Koridwargi sir is also here. So many our members are senior members are here, and thank you all once again for joining either in physical or in hybrid manner. And this IEEE Day celebration, as most of us know, is the commemoration of the first meeting of the members of American Institute of Electrical Engineers. This organization started in or formed in April 1884, and they conducted an international conference in October 7 and 8 at Pennsylvania. And as part of this international conference, the first meeting of the members of American Institute of Electrical Engineers also held along with the international conference, and there in that meeting Thomas Alva Edison, then Graham Bell, the senior most what we studied in schools, they were present for the meeting. And later the Institution of Radio Engineers, it also came into existence in 1912, and these two international organizations merged on 1st January 1963 to form the IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. I joined IEEE in 1986 as part of forming a student branch in TKM College of Engineering, and my mentor and my head of department, Professor N.K. Rajagopalan sir, he told me, Kasim, you join IEEE, we want to start an IEEE student branch here. And to come to the history of Kerala Section was formed as a subsection in 1975 under the India section at that time, and moved to Bangalore section in 1976 with the formation of India Council in 1976, and Kerala section became a full section in November 1983. And the first student branch was formed under the leadership of Dr. Gomadi, and that student branch was at College of Engineering, Trivandrum, and that student branch formed in May 1983. That means before the formation of the full IEEE Kerala section. So that was the first student branch in Kerala, and teacher was the first student branch counselor. Later she and bagged the outstanding student branch counselor award, that is the MGA award at that time, and she became the student activities committee chair, and bagged so many laurels and recognitions, and let us hear more from teacher about her involvement and activities, and the first lady chair person of IEEE Kerala section. Immediately after our KPP Nambiar sir and Dr. D.S. Renade, our Gomadi teacher was the chair of IEEE Kerala section. So we are having currently the senior most chair present for our inaugural session and inaugurating this IEEE Day event. And if we consider the growth of IEEE Kerala section, the first society chapter was Computer Society chapter, which was formed in 1985. Then the joint chapter, that is the IEEE PLS joint chapter in 1989, and exactly it shows like that. Maybe before it was two society chapters, then merged to a single chapter, joint chapter. Then the third chapter was the PES Kerala chapter, and that was formed in 1999. And I became the student branch counselor in 1988 after Professor N.K. Rajagopalan became the SAC chair of Kerala section, and I continued for 4 years. And we organized National Science and Technology Meet in 1989 at TKMC, a very big event, 4 days event we conducted at that time. And so by 2000 we were having 3 society chapters, 10 student branches, and the Kerala section. With to be frank, at that time the technology was not advanced to this level, and at that time only professionals and students of electrical, electronics, computer science and IT were admitted to IEEE as members. And now the status is it has grown, and at that time I still remember that the student branch, IEEE student branch of TKM College of Engineering was subscribed to all the publications of IEEE, and at that time in 1990s 75 publications were there in IEEE, and we were subscribed to all the publications, and we were having 3 racks 5 by 5, okay, of 3 racks, that 3 T-code made of T-code, and that was made by one of our professors in the mechanical department, and that is still there in our central library. So right now the status is we are having 39 society chapters, 7 technical council chapters, 5 affinity groups, and so many that all of us, most of us know about the growth of IEEE. And currently we are having 200 publications in the with regard to transactions, journals and magazine. In 1990 it was only 75, and currently we are having 200 publications in the form of transactions, journals and magazines. And Kerala section is right now with 18 society chapters, 4 affinity groups, 101 student branch, active student branches, and 350 student branch chapters, and affinity groups also. That is a women in engineering affinity group chapters, 55 women in engineering affinity group chapters, and 26 side groups. So the IEEE Kerala section, again 2 subsections, Malabar subsection formed in 2010 and Kochi subsection formed in 2011. And currently, as on today, the membership of Kerala section is 11,500 plus, and we stands globally number 3. And ahead of us, Bangalore is there and Beijing section is there. And as of 31 December 2022, we were on the top with 15,000 plus members. So the statistics will be as on 31 December, end of the year. And as per that statistics, we were on the top for 2022, and we are having so many activities. And recently we conducted the Kerala section's biggest event, the mega event, that is a All Kerala Student Congress at TKM College of Engineering, where 1,500 plus students from 70 engineering colleges, 70 plus engineering colleges participated. And in addition to this, our 12 society chapters, 3 affinity group chapters, and 5 standing committees participated in this All Kerala Student Congress, which is the biggest in the history of IEEE Kerala section. And I think such a huge students attending maybe in the history of IEEE. So biggest it was. So we are conducting quite a good number of events across Kerala, and to all the events I thank the organizational, the chapters, the officers of the organizational units and the standing committees. So the Kerala section as itself, then 2 subsections, and this 18 society chapters, 4 affinity group chapters, and 15 standing committees we have. And my special thanks to Gopalan sir for keeping our IEEE Kerala Section newsletter vibrant and to the highest magnitude. Okay, and I thank all those who joined this event, IEEE Day 2023, organized by IEEE Kerala Section, and I thank our Dr. Debabrata Das, who has consented to join our event online, and he's going to give a talk on 6G, and I wish all the best for this event. Thank you all. Thank you. Next is our inaugural function, and that is inauguration with the cutting of our cake, and I invite Dr. Gomadi teacher to mark the inauguration. John. John, please come. John. First meeting, commemoration of first meeting of IEEE means IEEE.
Dear IEEE members, the whole arrangement looks very new to me. As we all know, just now Kasim said how the IEEE was formed by merging AIEE and IRA. AIEE, which was started by some eminent electrical engineers in America, American Institute of Electrical Engineers, in 1884. 1884, and then IRA by some radio engineers in 1912. And they were, I think, rival groups first, and finally they decided to merge and resulted in the present IEEE. Although at that time IEEE was mostly confined to America, now we know how IEEE has spread throughout the world and how big an organization, professional body it became. I am amazed to see the Kerala section activities. He was narrating so many things. Okay, that's very good. I was active in IEEE for quite some time. Started as student branch counselor, CET, and then section chair Kerala, and then the SAC chair Region 10. Since Kasim mentioned that I should give some description of the activities that we made, I would like to say in brief words the activities that we could do. As student branch counselor, I was really very, very happy because I had lots of students. I just give them a little leading advice and then they take up. And then I knew how amazing the student strength is. We together organized paper contests, we together organized seminars, then some distinguished speakers' talks. Then we produced a magazine, IEEE magazine in the of the student branch, and there was an IEEE student branch library functioning in my room in CET. First, the subscription to IEEE student branch at that time, this is what I remember, it was $300, which was beyond our reach. So I had a neighbor, his name is Jamal. Yes, I had a neighbor Jamal. I went to him and said that in Dubai, I may have a lot of my students. You may be meeting them. Just tell them that I have given a request made through him. Just ask them to collect or subscribe some dollars so that we can start a student branch library. And immediately he said, "Teacher, how much do you want?" I said, $300. I'll give. This is for a good cause. So that is how we started the student branch library, thanks to Jamal. And I was so surprised to see lots of journals and transactions, proceedings, etc. Coming to the library. So one day, Dr. Jayaraman, the principal at that time, he came to my room and he saw all the books piled up like this, and immediately he ordered for magazine racks, which made the library so beautiful inside my room. And then I became the section chair, and I had a very good secretary, and I think Harindra Lal was also there with me at that time. N.T. Nair was the secretary. At that time, we decided that our first aim should be to put the section in a firm financial footing. So we decided on having weekly talks on Wednesdays. I think it is being continued even now, so that we get some money from the headquarters. So that is how we made money. Of course, other activities also were there, like seminars and distinguished speakers programs, etc., etc. And then I became the SAC chair. The IEEE Region 10 SAC chair. I am very happy I could do a lot of things at that time because I had the power, the money power to do things. I remember during the section congress in Singapore, I was suddenly thinking, why not we have a student congress also like this? Because in section congress we came to know how the other sections function, the activities of the other sections, and we can, imbibe whatever good things they do. So similarly, I thought we'll have a student congress also, maybe country-wise. Each country will have a student congress. So that is how we started the student congress. And Kasim was mentioning that there is a student congress of Kerala. So I'm surprised to see instead of India, Kerala itself has a big student congress. Very good. So I'm really, really very happy. And as section, the SAC chair there, I could not continue the Region 10 paper contest had been discontinued. I again revived it. So that is one of the things I could do. And towards the end, I thought we had only the student branch organizational guide, and I thought, why not operations guide also? So we could publish an operational guide, student branch operational guide, which at that time used to be a very good help to the student branches, like it contained all the required forms, the dates for all the awards, like Larry K. Wilson Award, etc., etc. So what is the last date for that? And so all those things were there, and it ended with the calendar of events also. So I don't know whether it is still there functioning, I don't know. And so these are the activities I could do, and looking back, I am happy that I could do at least this much for IEEE. Now, IEEE, when I see IEEE, I hear a lot of things like women engineers, young engineers, etc., etc. I don't know. For quite some time, I was not active in IEEE because I thought I am getting old. Now I realize that I am not that old. So I came back. But still, I was watching the activities of Kerala section in WhatsApp, and was really amazed at every other day some awards are coming, recognitions, funds pouring in, and volunteers, ladies, and things like that. I really lost track, and even the arrangements here, online, how it goes, etc., etc., new to me. I don't know. Anyway, very, very good. I'm very happy that our section has come to this level with a modest beginning done by us, people like us. Now, before I conclude, I would like to mention a interesting coincidence. I don't know whether you have seen. I recently saw an interview with Mrs. Sudha Murthy. She was jokingly mentioning about her days in the engineering college as the first lady student. She joined in 1968. And well, Mrs. Sudha Murthy, you have a double here who joined the CET in 1957, way back in 1957. And by the time Mrs. Sudha Murthy joined the college, I think our college had so many lady engineers. In fact, now we have even a college entirely for ladies in Kerala. Yeah, in the class. Okay. Okay. And in that interview, I found that we too have similarities, like the authorities at that time, they forgot to provide toilet facilities for us. You can understand how we would have struggled without toilet facilities in a boys' college. And then she says that perhaps शायद 2-3 महीनों में ये वापस जाएंगे. That's what they would have thought. And to their disappointment, both of us decided to stay back. So, and then she says songs like, what is that? The students, the male students singing, on seeing her, songs like, what's that? 100 साल पहले मुझे तुमसे प्यार था, आज भी है और कल भी रहेगा. And another one like मांग के साथ तुम्हारा. You must have heard these songs. And in our case it was ஏரிக்கரையின் மேலே போறவளே பெண்மயிலே நில்லு கொஞ்சம் நானும் வாரேன் சேர்ந்து பேசி போம் கண்ணே. And finally, காத்து சூழ்ச்சிச்சொரு கஸ்தூரி மாம்பழம் காக்கா கொத்தி போகும். So these were the songs I used to hear, and Sudha Murthy used to hear those songs. So I thought there are a lot of similarities between the two girls, Sudha Murthy and myself, in the engineering colleges. So with these words, I am glad to inaugurate the IEEE Day celebrations today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gomadi ma'am, and for your really the story of IEEE and how IEEE SB and Kerala section, you mended IEEE student branch of CET and Kerala section and the region 10 activities. And once again, thank you, and really we are all happy that you joined this function and inaugurated this IEEE Day 2023. Now, thank you once again, and now I invite Dr. Debabrata Das, our IEEE India Council Chair, and Debabrata Das, he is the Director of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Bangalore, and he has nearly 200 papers on his credit, and 5 national and international patents and 10 patents under review, and it's a very consulting professional for I have seen some 10 tall international organizations. So such a big person and really a loving person. I invite Dr. Debabrata Das to give your special address on 6G and your wishes for IEEE Day 2023 celebrations. Dr. Debabrata Das, please.
Professor Kasim, thank you for your kind introduction. Hope you are able to hear me.
Please, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you able to see my slide?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you, and thank you, Professor Kasim, for your kind introduction. You humbled me. You yourself is such a dynamic leader and also such a kind person. And I have rarely seen such kind of leadership in IEEE like you. And I want to thank IEEE Kerala Section and Professor Kasim in particular for inviting me on this IEEE Day. My greetings to all the members of IEEE Kerala Section and also IEEE members across the country. My sincere regards to Dr. Gomathi and Professor V.K. Damodaran, Mr. Satish Babu, Dr. Ajit Gopi, and all the members and senior members and the young members sitting at there. So as I've given 15 minutes, so I'll be talking to you about IEEE Day talk on IMT. IMT stands for International Mobile Telecom 2020, this is a standard which was talked about, which is brought in 5G to us. But if you look at, we are now talking about 6G, but the 6G standardization has not been done. And my first time I'm giving this talk on IMT 2030, which is will be the International Mobile Telecommunications 2030, which will lay down the path for 6G and beyond. Actually, first time I'll be showing some of the slides, which is just released 1 month back in Geneva after a lot of discussion over the 2 years by all the countries and representatives and also the top R&D companies of the world. So if I go, this slide, maybe many of you might have seen. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Second slide?
Yes.
Okay. So if you look at the second slide, on the top, you know this is a 5G slide, which you may be knowing because this is there in the more than 5 years.
Sir,
and people are sorry.
Sir, the first slide is still visible, and please, move to.
It
second.
is not moved to the second slide.
Yeah, please you.
Oh, it has not moved.
Yeah.
Not moved. Yep.
You have to select, sir.
Okay, let me
Sir, you have to make it in the presentation mode. I guess like that.
okay, one second.
You have to share the presentation first. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Fine.
It is coming.
Yes, sir.
You can go for the presentation.
I have to go to presentation.
Presentation mode.
Okay, let me show you. Are you able to see in presentation mode?
No.
It might have come now.
Not yet.
Yet?
Noted, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry. something is.
Again try.
It is going to that mode, but it is not showing. Okay, are you able to see now? Okay, let me go with this mode. Hopefully, you'll not have a problem. So now you can see in this slide, this is the slide which is now only the enhanced mobile broadband has been deployed in the 5G, which is the top of the triangle. If you can see the top of the triangle, the enhanced mobile broadband, only the EMBB has been deployed only in India, 5% or less than that, 5G, which you are hearing everywhere. 95% is still in India is in 4G, but in the world, some places is that. But massive machine type communications and the left side corner of the bottom of the triangle and the right side corner ultra reliable low latency communication didn't happen in India yet, or in the world also ultra reliable low latency has not happened. What is ultra reliable? That means if I transmit a packet, there will be no loss. So all of us are using mobile, but let me tell you, the mobile users after 10 years or 15 years will be only 1% of the users in the whole world wireless communication. The major users will be IoT, Internet of Things, or automation, or industrial automation IoTs. They will be communicating much more. 99% communications will be by them because they are growing rapidly. And so looking at that, the left side corner of the massive machine type communications and the right side triangle ultra reliable low latency communications, these two are the matter of focus now in the 6G and also the enhanced mobile communication. My next slide is the first time you may be seeing that is IMT 2030, and I'm going to that. Are you able to see the third slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So in this third slide, when I'm making it to slideshow, it is going away, so I'm not making, sorry for that. But if you can look at the right side, this is the first time you are going to, might be first time for you because it is just 1 month back or little before it was finalized in a lot of discussions in this. And I will tell you where the India's contribution is. You will be very proud as we are as an Indian that after 75 years after independence, India's first standard in the mobile communications was in only 8 months back, called 5GI. If you Google 5GI, I for India, so some of the standards from India, invented in India after a lot of struggle, it went in because whole world don't want any standard to come from India. Why? Because this has a lot of financial implications, and all the base stations and mobile handsets will have these standards, which revenue will come to India as a standard IPR, intellectual property rights, IPR stands for. So for when the 6G came in, so a lot of things from India, some of my collaborators went into Geneva and presented, and they brought in these new things called, you can see in this picture, in this hexagon, in the center there is a hexagon, in the bottom you can see the ubiquitous connectivity. This part was given from the Indian scientists and engineers in the standard body, and after many iterations, this dot got accepted in the IMT 2030. So if I come back to the left side of the slide, if you see there are 6 usages. So whole communications in the world in the 6G and advanced will be classified into these 6 parts. One is called, which you saw in the 5G and EMBB, enhanced. You can see extension from IMT 2020 of the 5G. This is enhanced mobile broadband, that will be immersive communication. So you can see immersive communication is on your top of this, on this hexagon at here. And then comes massive mobile transmission, that is massive communication, MMTC, that will be massive communications, that will be on the left side, the green dot you can see on the left side on that hexagon. And your LLC will be hyper reliable and low latency for your driverless car kind of communication, where driverless car should not miss single packet communicated from base station to the car, because if a packet says that please brake, please push the brake, and it is missed, or doesn't reach the car, then there will be an accident. So hyper reliable communications will happen. And these three new things called ubiquitous connectivity, which I told, this is the contribution went from our collaborator from India strongly to the international body and got accepted. And integrated AI and communications. So artificial intelligence, all these things we have heard about, but how to integrate into the communication, because your decision making should be accurate. AI depends a lot upon probability kind of things. And integrated sensing and communications. So these are the things, new things came into the all your these 6G kind of things. So the next table, I know, sorry, are you able to see the next table?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So sorry for the small alphabets on the right side, typical use cases, but I'll be reading it so you can able to hear. So all these 6 whole words, all the applications in 6G has been classified into 6 categories. So you can see on the left side of the column, which is talks about usage scenarios. These are 6 categories are the whole applications has been classified. In 5G, it was 3. Now it is being 6. So the first one is called immersive communication. Immersive means you will be completely immersed into the communication, will be so fast, so nice, will be immersed with the applications. I'll give you the first example, the first bullet on the right side, typical use cases. You can see the communication for immersive XR. XR means X stands for your augmented reality and virtual reality. You must have heard those words, AR and VR. But those are things are now there. But the remote multisensory telepresence, that means in AR and VR, you wear a camera, you feel the virtual reality as if close to you from somewhere. But you do not have a touch experiences. Touch means you will having the gloves or something like that, which has a sensors. You can feel as what is going on the other side of the screen, on the other side of the place. So you will not only visualize, but you will able to feel that all sensories. So multiple sensories will be there. And the second bullet is mixed traffic, video, audio, environmental data in time synchronization manner. So in AR, VR, that means augmented reality and virtual reality, we only had the video and audio, but the environment means if you are standing near a sea beach or a sea, or the whole environment will be also be included and the transmitted for your feeling. So those kind of new things will come up in the 6G. And the third bullet is the common, it is a very routine thing. It is nothing new, standalone voice calls, which is required. Next is on the left side usage scenario. If you see massive communication, this is expanded and new application in smart cities, transportations, health, energy, agriculture, etc. That's why massive. So because if I have 100 IoT devices per person, like smart car, smart village, smart all kind of smart things for a person, there are 100 IoT multiplied by 7 billion population, then 7 billion into 100 is equal to 700 billion IoT devices on this earth connected to the network. For that only we are sending massive communications. Then come HRLLC. This is called hyper reliable and low latency communications. So these are hyper reliable. I will show you the only one more slide there where I'll show you that 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 7 number of packets will be transmitted in wireless. Only one packet error will be there. That means very high reliability in this kind of 6G standards expectations. And next one is you can see ubiquitous connectivity, which has gone from, as I said, from India, IoT communications and mobile broadband communication, where all the IoT devices can be connected autonomously to the systems. Now, there are so many types of sensors, IoT devices, which needed to be standardized, and you just plug and play with your networks, those kind of things. And irrespective of any networks, your wireless networks, optical networks, all kind of networks. And integrated AI and communications, that comes an autonomous collaboration between devices and medical assistance. And then comes your IMT 2030 assisted automated drivings. This is the things, if not yet successful, so much automated driving, except the test beds. Couple of times they came out to the roads and sometimes they're successful, sometimes still they have accidents. So this assisted automated driving, IMT 2030 will assist that, and creation of prediction with the digital twins. You must have heard about the word digital twins, which that means you will feel the reality in the digital world as it is. So if you have a plant, you are running a steel plant, you are sitting in your office, the whole thing there in the plant, you will feel it sitting in your office. You are not only visualizing the feeling of the reality. And collaborative robotics called as cobots, you know robotics, but there are multiple robots will be working in a collaborative way to solve a problem. For an example, say there is a fire and you want to rescue some people by robotics. You have to remove the fire or the in the from the place, and all kinds of multiple robots will be doing a single goal or multiple goals activity in a collaborative way between them. So these kind of called collaborative robots, like operation medical operations. So those kind of things as collaborative robotics. So this will be held by IMT 2030. Integrated sensing and communications, so assisted navigating the activity and tracking all those things. So these are the things which I wanted to say. This 6G and beyond, not only 6G advanced and going on, will be addressed in 2030, which is just released, and that as to be research areas to be worked with. And are you able to see my last slide? This is my last slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So if you see, the green ones are the extension in the below, the green ones are the extension from the 5G for betterment. The blue ones are the new capabilities has been added up. So one of those green ones from the left, if I go from the green one, the security privacy, it was there, it will be there. Reliability part, which I was saying, that packet error rate will be 10 to the power minus 7. 10 to the power minus 5 is already there in 5G. The inner circle, if you see, that is in the 5G inner circle. The outer circle is 6G. So 10 to the power minus 7 is now the requirement. Latency, previously if you see inner circle, it is minimum is 1 millisecond, but now they are asking for 0.1 millisecond latency in 6G. Mobility is 500 kilometers per hour in 5G. Now it is there gone for 1000 kilometers per hour. Speed trains, your speed, the bullet trains and all, where you can communicate while traveling. And the connectivity density per square kilometers for the devices is 10 to the power. It was 6, now it is 10 to the power 8. So that you can imagine 100 millions of devices will be connected in a 1 square kilometers because of the density of the IoT device. Area traffic capacity, spectrum efficiency, these are very common things, nothing new. But if you go to the top, the blue side, blue one, I'm going from the left, coverage. Coverage means now mobile communications is only talking about a base station and or a Wi-Fi connecting one from a small area to a 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. But now people are talking about the space. You have some base stations will be flying over your head, about 30 kilometers above your head or 40 kilometers above you, and the coverage areas will be much larger. Those are called satellite communications, and all satellite communications much higher height, but there will be some of the low orbit kind of things will be flying, and they'll be giving you the communication. And sensor related capabilities, sensing related capability, what I said to you, that not only the audio videos, you will feel the place from a distance. It means I am sitting at here, and if I want to feel a place, say my mother is cooking something, and a distance, I wanted to know what is the feeling of the food or the heat or the temperatures on my hand, I can feel it from here, sitting at here. AI related capabilities and sustainabilities is there everywhere, and interoperability and positioning. So all those things, and positioning is now up to few meters. Now they're talking about 1 centimeter to 10 centimeter in 60. So these are the things people have envisioned to solve these problems. These problems will be solved within next 4 to 5 years. Some of them already people have been working on it very aggressively. Another 4 years, some of the research problems mentioned at here will be solved. Then the development and the standardization will happen, and then the product will come in. So from now and another 7-8 years down the line, you are hearing 5G is under deployment. 8G, what you see on this screen will be under the deployment. And I thank you, all of you, for giving me an opportunity to speak in this auspicious IEEE Day occasion. And I'm really, really humbled by your invitation and calling me to give a talk in this session. And I'm really grateful to Kerala Section. And also, I want to say congratulations to all of you. You are the top 3 sections of the world. I hats off to all your leaders like Professor Kasim, and before that, all the chairs and vice chairs, treasurers, secretaries. Hats off to all of them, all of you, that you have created such a wonderful section, and one of the most humble people I have seen in IEEE, which is in Kerala section. Thank you again, and giving me this opportunity to speak to you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Debabrata Das, for your highly informative and very interesting talk on 6G. And really, we are proud that you joined this event and give a talk on this very advancing technology. Thank you. Thank you once again. Now,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are most welcome, and I'm happy that you are joining on December 1st for our I5 and our second for our 40th anniversary celebrations at Trivandrum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now I welcome our senior most leader and the volunteer of IEEE Kerala section and IEEE, Professor V.K. Damodaran, who was always there to guide us in all difficult situations and in organizing all the events. And everyone knows our Professor V.K.D. There is such a vibrant and dynamic leader, and I invite to give your thoughts on IEEE, the advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. Sir, please.
Okay. Hope I am audible. Thank you. Dr. Debabrata, is still online.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there.
Yes. Professor Muhammad Qasim. Then our today's chief guest, Dr. Gomadi Muralidharan, our one of the distinguished past chairman, Sadish Babu, and many other veterans who are present in this hall. I have been asked to give a keynote. I was actually searching, I couldn't find any key. So I have prepared a note. To save time, I will just go by the note. It has only 9 points. So you can be sure of its completion within a short time. And first thing I want to say is this year's IEEE Day has a theme set by headquarters: leveraging technology for a better tomorrow. So from advancing technology for humanity that we were always repeating, for this year's IEEE Day, a little different logo has been given, that leveraging technology for a better tomorrow. I think it is a very meaningful one, and so I thought I will arrange those 9 points that I have collected to kind of elucidate what probably could be done by IEEE members within Kerala as well as elsewhere. And I need not repeat saying that this is to commemorate the first meeting of our predecessors, Edison and so many others. And according to Soher, the first president was not an engineer, he was a medical doctor. So to all of them, our salutations. Technology is advancing at an incredibly fast speed, making it impossible for the general public to grasp what is changing, what to look for, and what probably is affordable to him or her. Engineers, scientists, and technologists are marginalized as their deep knowledge in such and such areas are now only a tiny part of the ever-expanding fund of knowledge. Just now we heard from our IEEE India Council chair about 6G that is going to come maybe after a few years. That is the level of knowledge expansion, rather an exponential rise. This explains why professionals should meet often. Not only that often, but more often. Not only that we meet more and more often, we should put all our heads together in smaller and local groups to discuss science and technology, plan actions, conceive areas of future research, and try to comprehend the knowledge that are emerging, as well as try to put them to practice for one's own country's economic progress, security, and increasing well-being of the people. That also explains why there are 422,000 members in over 330 sections spread over 190 countries out of the 193 countries in the UN net. Coming to Kerala, our section had a very meager number of members when it was formed in 1983, which has grown by leaps and bounds to well over 15,000 by the end of 2022. And if I am correct, making it the largest IEEE section globally. Even today in 2023, with Beijing section leading, we are at 11,500 plus. Hopefully, we may overtake all other contenders soon. Let us all work for that. Especially Beijing section, which is now on the front line. While I was actually working in China from 2001 to 2005, at that time we had only one Beijing section for all of China and a subsection in Shanghai. And Shanghai was only 200 kilometers to my place, Hangzhou, where Asian Games is now staging. So Beijing section was so far, and I found among the professionals there that they were not very enthusiastic in joining IEEE. Not because they couldn't afford, but they never felt the need for joining an international professional body of this kind and how to benefit from that. But now the things have changed. They have realized this and they are actually rushing. And even Kerala, which has been in the front row, we are actually panting very heavily to reach them. So this is, again, I would say, the kind of effort that we have to continue to do, and that should be one of the results of the IEEE Day to continue the membership growth. I would say that our present chair has been exceptionally different from all of us in that he has always been fixed on membership growth, and I think even in sleep, even while eating, and even while teaching, he is always thinking about membership growth, and that of course has done quite a lot of good for the section. Thank you, sir. Well, IEEE days are meant for recommitting on membership increase and chalking out significant projects under any or many of the operating units like society chapters, affinity groups, or student branches. It is observed that every dynamic section has a prolific growth of student members. Coming to Kerala, 80 to 85% of our members, especially in the recent years, are students, including graduate student members. We also have a dynamic group of young professionals who have proved before the world that they are no less endowed than the most innovative and inquisitive young engineers across all the 10 regions of IEEE, because the kind of awards and recognitions that has come is proof of that. A deeper look into this will help us note that membership in IEEE and volunteering for its multifarious activities is helping them in their curricular studies, in their global vision on technology's role, and also in realizing coveted careers as well as in career enhancement. That is why they are enthusiastic about being an IEEE member. Gone are the days when several parents were complaining about their wards wasting time in extracurricular activities like IEEE volunteering at the cost of their focus on examinations. In fact, this I had actually felt not only in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu also, in some engineering colleges when I go for some talks or for organizing some activities. Principals used to complain when I asked them why you don't have a strong student branch here, or why you don't have enough IEEE members. The reply that I used to always get was that parents are complaining that joining such things and wasting their study time is something very criminal. So we won't actually force them, but things have changed now for the good. Non-discrimination. I just want to speak about something about some of the features of IEEE, at least one or two which I have found that has been attractive for members in Kerala and members elsewhere in other sections. One of the notable features of IEEE culture is that it vehemently rejects and outcries any form of discrimination anywhere and everywhere. In its global networking of members and clients and in its activities of any kind. This has helped in attracting members as well as activities from even the so-called third world countries. Many from such areas have risen to the top echelons of IEEE. This, why I say is, especially when for about 15 years I had very frequent visits to Kenya. Of course, in many other African countries also I was there. Especially in Kenya, I was actually trying to get a section formed to at least sensitize the people in the universities as well as in the industry and also in the government there that IEEE will be very useful for you, for your development and somewhat. Anyhow, recently we have actually a section there in Nairobi, and in many other African countries also. We find there are number of active members, and if you go to the headquarters in New Jersey, you will find that many from the African continent who are actually originally there, not those who have transplanted themselves to US, are in official positions there. So this has been a very good change. Then another feature I always found, and sometimes I have also remarked about this one, this particular feature is a prompt recognition. Yet another feature of volunteering in IEEE is that any work done by volunteers are then and there recognized, appreciated, and even awarded as notable contributions. Kerala section has been curiously observed by several other sections for bagging awards, prizes, and certificates in large numbers every year, consecutively. They all want to know how this is happening. Prompt recognition of outstanding efforts is an encouraging factor for volunteers to continue growing with IEEE. The exponential growth of number of activities in our section to multiple thousands is certainly due to this addiction. Especially when I was a chair in 1991, I think the number of activities were something which we could actually count on our fingers. But now, it is several thousands. And this is happening. There is actually spontaneous surge of enthusiasm. Students organize their own programs, and they are actually organized even the Quailon, the student congress that TKM, what happened recently, I couldn't physically attend, but I was actually completely watching. It's actually really remarkable in that students have actually arranged more than 20 floors simultaneously without any hitch. A number of diverse programs have been successfully completed, and that is reported almost before the evening itself. Almost every hour there was actually kind of WhatsApp messages, photographs, etc. This is really remarkable. So this addiction I appreciate. World is a divided one. Task of leveraging technology is to help erase such divisive policies and actions and bringing social and economic progress evenly in every country and region. Mistrust between nations and blocks of nations, as well as of technologies developed in certain countries or regions, are looked down upon with utter fear and disillusion, irrespective of the merit of the technology, product, or service. Overexploitation of resources, compounded by climate threats, now warrants deeper cooperation and sustainable practices. Several technologies coming under the IEEE banner from certain regions are now underutilized or discouraged for prompt utilization. You know many of those things. Certain countries are actually outcast by certain other countries. Certain countries do not have trust in those countries which they feel will do something adverse to our economy, and because of this one, several actions are there, and that actually increases the cost of technology service and the lot of time loss as well. Even in Kerala, many small industries, because chips of a particular kind are not available from the cheaper sources like China, Korea, etc., you are unable to move forward, because it may be 5% component in the whole product that this industry is organizing, but timely availability of it is highly critical for that industry to survive. So this is one of the things. Therefore, embargoes, tariff walls, and sanctions are very common nowadays, which I would say is at what IEEE intends is actually a kind of homogeneous nations on the technology front, and where cooperation exists without any mistrust. But currently the scenario is that. So we will have to kind of work towards bringing this thing off. And my last point is, we have seen that the world benefits from what is new. IEEE has historically been focusing on what is next. For example, 6G, just now what we have discussed. The world no longer asks what is inside it. As the prolonged discussion on steam engine during James Watt times, at that time to accept steam engine and use it in industry at the social level, community level, at political level, there were actually several stages of discussions spanning over several months and years. But now we accept a technology without knowing whether it is good or bad. We only look at the merit. The best example on that is the mobile phone. I'm not saying that there is nothing bad about mobile phone or its content, but people have so much attraction to it because of its very special nature of service. I would say services. So like that. The world no longer asks, as I have told you once time, this is by itself good as well as bad. Many unquestioned entries of technologies have put the society at large at dismal disadvantages. With advancing technology for humanity as our logo, IEEE globally must respond to such challenges and weave out a safer, secure, and sustainable living for every citizen, irrespective of where he or she lives. The new normal after the COVID pandemic is still undefined. The younger generation has the responsibility to leverage science and technology for a better tomorrow for them as well as for their grandchildren. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor V.K. Damodaran sir, for your nice and brief talk and limited in the allotted time. Thank you once again. And now I invite the next senior most chair of IEEE Kerala Section present, and it is none other than our Korit Varghese sir. No, Dr. Komadi is our senior most present today here. Then Vikedi sir is the second senior most present here as the section chair, and now our Korit Varghese sir. Please share some thoughts. Mic കൊടുക്കുക, ക്യാമറ ഒന്ന് തിരിച്ചു വെച്ചാൽ മതി. ഇനി വരണമെന്നില്ല, അവിടെ നിന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും മതി. പോരെ പോരെ സാർ, അത് ഇനി വരണോ? പ്ലീസ് 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 സാർ. ഓക്കെ, ഇവിടെ
very good evening to all. It was really surprising that the Kerala section chair has invited me to say something, because when I am listening to teachers talk and Damodaran sir talk, I came to Trivandrum only in 1982. At that time, IEEE was there. N.T. Nair sir came to my office. Through him, I joined IEEE, and it was the time, the transition stage from subsection to section. I remember we all joined, we did not have an office, we all joined a teacher's house, even everything starting, and we all actually enjoyed working together. Because, see, one thing I cannot, what I am saying is, the main thing going and working with NT there was very good extremely. Every moment and then, wherever is there, he will correct us and he will guide us and he was with us. And the Damodaran sir was the chair, teacher was there. Because of their encouragement, it was there. Actually, I could also become the chair of Kerala Section. And it was my period because we did not have any funds at that time. We were finding very difficult for making funds. So, I studied from our Rajkumar, how to organize a seminar. That systematic way how he organized, because he organized meetings in VSSC. He invited all topmost persons of India in Trivandrum, organized meeting. And one seminar was conducted on superconductivity. The next seminar organizing charge was given to me. We did not have any funds. So what we decided is we will conduct seminars without collecting any registration fee. 3 seminars were conducted. One is on multimedia. It was the first one we moved out of Trivandrum. That seminar was organized at Ernakulam in the hotel. Then one seminar was conducted for imaging. Then another seminar was made for lasers in engineering and medicine. Because of that, Srijitra was made as a nodal center for lasers in engineering and medicine. Srijitra was made as a center for imaging. And with the 3 seminars, we made money. And we could purchase an office. Damodaran sir was the chair at that time. So at that time, when I was the treasurer, I was handing over with the 2 lakhs rupees with balance after getting that. I am fortunate to work with them. Actually, I was very much fortunate that after my chairmanship was handed over to Vijayaraman sir, who is sitting here, was the next chair of IEEE. So I was really happy to work with them. And later on with my friends, we could organize I could start the EMBS, Engineering, Medicine and Biology, as a chapter. Then now we could work with this. Now we are life members, and the last 2 years I happen to be chairman for the life member, that is Life Member Society of Kerala chapter. And now actually Damodaran sir is the chair for that. And now unfortunately what happened is our region has started the 26th region 10 unit in the world, and India was selected. India is made as a LMAG council, India council first, and yesterday it was a meeting. Fortunately or unfortunately, they put me as the chair, and from Pune, Manisar is the vice chair, and from Gujarat, one person is the secretary, and LMAG section is going to be inaugurated at Warangal this year. And these all are basically how we could do is how teacher has given me direction. And Damodaran sir was with me throughout in all things. And how to do the projects, everything. Even when Srijitra, we make R&D, we make projects. When the patient needs, we make something. Or when the machine need a new product, we will make this one. Because I am having some 6-7 patents. See, one of my product, the first ventilator alarm system was made by, and Damodaran sir has given me the award for that. I am very much thankful, sir. Now also in each and everything I am giving you the guidance. So our life members are really a guidance for us, and I am very, very happy to see that we started Kerala section at the very beginning. At that time we did not have even letterhead at that time. It had nothing. From that stage we came to this particular level, and the main thing what I am saying is the joy of volunteering together. This I am not seeing anywhere, because when you are a student, I am with IEEE. When I am a YP, we are with IEEE. When we are a professional, we are with IEEE. And we are all retired. When we become a life member, we are with IEEE. because having this, we have started with the Computer Society of India. I was with the Institution of Engineers India, still was there. And IET also I started. But this type of a uniteness, I have not seen anywhere else. And thank you. Thank you all giving me a permission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, thank you very much for sharing your IEEE experience. And now just I invite Vijayaraghavan to say a few words. No, Vijayaraghavan, the first CEO of Technopark. And to all of your surprise, he's my classmate at TKMC. Yeah.
Good evening and thank you, Kasim. I'm sorry I was late. I got stuck in a meeting and then I got stuck in the traffic. I actually came to hear over the teacher. And I knew VKD was also going to speak, so sorry I missed that. For me, in fact, I'm in a way a late entry. I came back to Trivandrum only in 1991 and only then got involved with IEEE in a way. Not yet become a life senior member, probably a couple of years more. But I think what Korid mentioned and what VKD talked about earlier is something which it's a different kind of an engagement. It's a different kind of an association that you find with a lot of mutual respect that is there. And that's something which makes this different. Unfortunately, I've not been very active for the last several years, but I keep track and I've always been proud. This is probably one of the few memberships that I've retained for a very, very long time. Most of the others I have been shedding off and I've moved out of, but something which I keep because I think it is prestigious to be part of this association. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Vijayaraghavan. Now I invite one of the core officers of IEEE Kerala Section at the beginning, that is 1983, and it is none other than our Suhair sir. He was the first treasurer of IEEE Kerala Section, and I invite Suhair sir to share few experience.
Hello. Greetings to all. At the outset, let me wish all of you a very happy IEEE Day. As it was told here, IEEE Day is to celebrate the birth of a great organization set up by legends, as we know, Thomas Alva Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, people like that. So we are the followers of those legends, and the responsibility of being that is not small. I joined Kerala Section, not Kerala Section at that time, Kerala Subsection, 1978. At that time, there was not much geographic activities under the subsection. There was an annual meeting once in a year in a star hotel, Tara Hotel or Mascot Hotel, where everybody assemble, greet and eat and disperse. But there we meet the legends like K.P. Pindambiyar, Dr. Rane, Kulkarni, so all doyens of the technological world assembles. It is a pleasure to meet them. Apart from that, there is no other program. So in one of such meetings, I happened to meet N.T. Nair. He was not happy the way things were going, and we became friends in the first meet. He said, IEEE ingeneyokka poya madiyo. Because at that time, he was very active in Institution of Engineers, CSI, അതെല്ലാം കത്തി നിൽക്കുന്ന സമയമാണ്. So he felt uneasy at the way IEEE activities are being conducted. And it was handled by one Sridhar and Keltron. So the composition of IEEE at that time was Keltron, VSSC, KCB and College of Engineering. So these were the four streams, and this platform provided a place for them to interact and network. That is very important. IEEE is one of the main role is networking, connecting people is very important. But NT took the initiative to give a shape to the organization, a structure to the organization, and he formed an executive committee, some office bearers, and I happened to hold the treasurer post for 2 or 3 terms in the subsection. He was the secretary. Of course, the chair was in KPP Nambiar, M.R. Siddharaman was the vice chair. So they were leading the IEEE unit in Kerala. 83, as Kasim sir said, we got the subsection elevated as section. 84, we had a visitor from India Council, Stevie Balan. He met the officers of the Kerala section and he said something is happening this year. You know that IEEE started as AIEE in 1884, and this is the centenary year, 100th year of this organization establishment. So there will be a centennial section congress in Boston, and Kerala has become a section, and if any of your officers want to participate, India Council will give 5,000 rupees financial assistance. That was a really tempting offer. So ND and myself sent our nomination for the participation. At that time it was, there was no fax and all that, telex from KCB. Next day Pat came the reply that your nomination accepted and you will be staying with an American family. So the ground was set for this program. Unfortunately, ND could not join, and I attended this program, and I remember this program was really a stimulant for my professional life and my expansion of ideas and all that. So that was an opportunity. IEEE is offering all its members networking, travel, meeting people, connecting with people. So subsequently, as a member of IEEE, I had an opportunity to travel to many places and meet many legends. So this is one of the things that IEEE offers to all its members. So what is required is a little bit of initiative and involvement in the activities that is surely to give you reap the benefits of that one. So I am very happy that IEEE has grown from that level to the world's largest section, winning laurels in many areas and spreading activities on many fronts. I wish all success to the section, and I wish that the seniors take care of grooming leaders and communicators in the IEEE section under them. So mentoring is something very important to bring in a new generation of leaders that will sustain the activities of IEEE, and we have very good leaders at the helm of affairs. Professor VKD, as was mentioned, is guiding many societies, and IEEE as a whole is a great asset for us. Dr. Gomadi, as said, was a pioneer in leading women's sports in our section. So like that, we have a lot of leaders, and we want a lot of leaders more to take the organization to greater heights. I wish Professor Qasim and team all success in driving the section to greater heights in the coming days. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and being a life senior member. Very happy to hear you. Now we have two more life seniors. One is my classmate again at CET and our past chair, Mr. Unnikrishnan. 1 minute, 2 minutes, please come.
Good evening. This is okay. Good evening. I'll talk about the different angle I see. IEEE was beneficial to me. I was a R&D engineer throughout my career, and I started IEEE membership in 1984. From that time I was working with Keltron. KPP Nambiar, our first chair, Keltron chairman, he made it mandatory for most of us to join IEEE. So all the IEEE, I mean Keltron engineers were IEEE members. Like that I also became IEEE member. Then during my R&D career, those days it was very difficult to get the latest things, technical details. Otherwise, there is no way for us to get what is happening elsewhere. Because of the IEEE membership, and we were getting all the periodicals, all transactions, everything in our library, we used to read the papers. That started giving seed for our project ideas. So that is then we started sending our papers, sometimes gets published. That's the greatest thing that one can that time think about IEEE. I mean professional R&D engineers outcome. Then later on I also became IEEE chair in 1986, and I am not IEEE Kerala. You know what? So far you heard how the IEEE Kerala has become such a big organization, one of the best, I mean, largest organization and performing, which brings laurels every other day. Because of our leaders, like founding leaders like Professor Gamadi, VKD, the KPP Nambiar, Vijayaraghvan was also very active chair those days. All these senior members. Now the Professor Qasim is concentrating on increasing the strength of the membership. That is also a very good thing. So I wish IEEE Kerala section all the best, and more laurels will come. I don't know how much it can grow further. It has become a giant already. Thank you.
Thank you, Unnikrishnan. Thank you so much. Now our senior most member here and live senior and our chief editor, Kerala section newsletter. I invite Gopalan sir to share few thoughts.
Good evening to all. So actually I was attracted to IEEE through our Kurtwar Gisole. In 1985 we were colleagues studying a course under Murli sir. So first time in Tovar Engineering College PGDCA was started. That was organized by Dr. Muralidharan, and myself and Kurud were classmates in that course. At that time he introduced IEEE, and later around 1991 I joined IEEE, and later in 1996 I was nominated as a editor of Kerala Section newsletter. And the same thing is continued from 1996 till I am continuing as editor of Kerala Section newsletter. And now in 2023, I was nominated as the newsletter editor of India Council. And now I am holding the two posts. Yeah? So that is my experience with IEEE. So one important thing is, by holding this, I used to read and write. Now I can write something, some essays or some articles, and not in English but in Malayalam also. Recently I published a book also in Malayalam. So all these things are due to the membership in IEEE. So I am thankful to all the office bearers and also the past chairs, because in 1996 onwards I am familiar with all the chairs of Kerala Section. I got a chance to work along with them, and that nourished me good experience in reading and writing and also holding the editorship. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now I invite the senior member of our Kerala Section who is present here, and that is none other than our Dr. Geeta Govind. Ma'am, please. She is currently working at Sri Tirunal Institute of Medical Science and Technology. Please come.
Sir, I am still working in Sri Chitra only. I joined IEEE in 1992. And I think the first time I'm attending a meeting. I never came to any meetings, though yeah. And of course some conferences and all participated. It's basically due to my work.
Indirectly she used to help, because when
yeah.
she was there for computer complete system for IEEE she was provided.
Yeah,
Because she was the system manager.
Yeah, we were with Korit sir for that multimedia thing. I think we had worked a lot, and some conferences and helping students with the papers and all that. Basically, due to my workload, I couldn't come. And today also I was saying it was raining, and I thought Kasim sir had called. I can't escape. So I came, and I saw no ladies. I saw only mom. And Murali sir had taught me in first year electronics. He had electrical paper. So I know this is a big journey. And I'm very happy that I could come and meet. And my colleagues are here. You know that. Nitin, yeah. I think they are very regular. Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. And as per our schedule, we have to close our meeting by 8, and really we are 8:16, and my train is at 8:50 to Calicut. So I invite our Ajit Gobi to give the vote of thanks.
Respected Gopani ma'am, Kasim sir, VKD sir, Satish Babu sir, all the IEEE leaders here. I'm directly jumping to my official duty because we know we have only limited time. We had an enlightening speech from ma'am. I feel like women in engineering or women in power started right from the beginning of IEEE. So we are keeping that legacy of ma'am has put on us. So we have the affinity, women in engineering, affinity group is there. In IEEE Power and Energy Society we have women in power is there. So ma'am, we are thankful for this inaugural speech and cutting of cake ceremony. Thank you very much, ma'am. So on behalf of IEEE Kerala Section, I'm expressing our gratitude to Gomadi ma'am. This function, the IEEE Day function, we had a special address from Dr. Devabrata Das. He attended online a wonderful talk on 6G and IMT 2030. So that was actually mind-blowing presentation on the upcoming technology and all. Thanks, Dr. Devabrata Das sir, for attending this great event and grace the occasion. Thank you, sir. And we have our life senior member and mentor, Professor V.K. Damodaran sir. Sir has given us a keynote address today. We have been listening to him on hydrogen, on various topics, on climate change, on renewable energy. So we for any topic, we always approach him on different subjects. So I'm just wondering that how he is updated on technologies, and advices, and he included on the ethics also, and how IEEE can help the humanity by mitigating the conflicts, wars, etc. Thank you, sir, for the enlightening talk. The welcome address here was offered by, before that we have the president here, the IEEE section chair, Kasim sir. Kasim sir was actually, he conveyed to me that Ajit, can we organize a IEEE day in Trivandrum? And we arranged a small gathering. Though it is small, it is a great gathering today. So he has been inspiring us, continuously teaching us how to do IEEE activities and various society activities. He's very vigilant on our membership activities. So sir actually called 1 week back and advised me that Ajit, IEEE Day, we have a flagship event. PES is conducting that event. That event is the PES quiz combined with IEEE Day celebrations. So today, 40 engineering colleges across Kerala joined the IEEE PES quiz, part of the IEEE Day celebrations, and that was actually pioneered by Kasim sir only 10 years back. Then we are continuing his legacy. That was an excellent event. 14 years back. That was an excellent event, and the second session. So 40 engineering colleges participated today from 12 noon to 1 p.m. So the second level of the finals will be held on 21st October. Thank you, sir, for guiding us and leading IEEE section, keeping the legacy. Thank you very much, sir. We have Satish Bhav, sir, the senior section chair here. He offered the welcome address, and he was recollecting how IEEE was working. All of the talks were like that, like we were hearing from the legends. Thank you very much, sir, for your presence and the wonderful talk. We heard from Korut sir, Vijay Raghavan sir, and our own Suhair sir. So we are thankful to all of you, sir, because these are the inspiring messages that make us to work further for IEEE and for the humanity. And we have a lot of senior volunteers here who found time to come to join us, to spend the time with this IEEE Day celebrations. Thank you very much from IEEE section for attending this IEEE Day activities, and all the volunteers here who helped us to conduct this event. Thank you so much. for all your presence. Thank you. Request all the IEEE senior leaders and volunteers here to join for the
dinner. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you all the participants who have joined online, and the official meeting we are closing, and thank you all once again, and the participants here, please join for the dinner. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kasim.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful to hear all of you. Thanks.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Thank you and good night. Enjoy the day now. Bye.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Kasi sir, bitto. Train Thank you.